Welcome back, DIYers. In today's video, we're going to go over the Harbor Freight Spring Black Friday deals. So, let's dive in. Alright, so guys, just a reminder, it is currently Inside Track Club members only through Thursday, and then Friday through Monday, everyone else can join. So if you are interested, you can jump in the Inside Track Club for 30 bucks. But let's go ahead and check out a bunch of these deals. You saw a bunch of Pittsburgh items right there. You also see these elastic cords here for 5 bucks. Also have Hardy gloves. These are just a few of them, but they have a large section in the back of gloves on sale for 7 bucks there. You got some shop towels. Again, another great pickup. You got this jump starter and power bank, 65 bucks. You also have some road shock lights and a tow hitch. More icon items. I'll show you some of those here in just a moment, but you can see a bunch of these that are on sale, and then also some of these Pittsburgh little bottle jacks here, and then also these ramps here for 45 bucks. Then right next to these, we have a couple other tools here from Pittsburgh, a little breaker bar there, and then also this magnet holder. Again, another great thing for your shop there. Then we have a couple other sets of Hardy gloves here, $3.50 for these kind of work gloves slash mechanic gloves. Then we have some Icon lights on sale. Not all of their lights are on sale, but just specific ones. So if you're interested, check these out, the kind of ones with the bar. Then when they have another one, I'll show you guys that in a minute. And here's a couple more sets of the gloves, 7 bucks for these. And then also some batteries. They had some of these batteries on sale, and I'll show you guys all of those in a moment. And we have this little tarp here. This is the blue tarp, really thin option for 3 bucks. Looked into getting one of those, but I didn't grab it because our chicken coop top blew off the other day, so I have to get a replacement, but my wife wants the gray one, so they only have the small ones in blue. Also have some packs there, and then even this steam cleaner kit here from Central Machinery, and a couple Avanti options as well. Then here is another light. It's the Braun compact work light. Again, another option on that one. And then I really like this, multi-tool here for down to $3.30. Always a great thing to grab a bunch of cable ties. These are definitely going to do a good job for you because you always need one of those. We used a bunch of these yesterday and last week. Also, heavy duty pry bar set, 10 bucks here from Pittsburgh. Then we have these Franklin like compact hand trucks here for 25 bucks. I have one of these and it works pretty well. Then we have some Bauer batteries on sale. So if you are in the market for some batteries, this is definitely a great time to pick some of these up. Get to save a significant amount off of those. Also some titanium drill bit there, and then also some ratchet straps. Great thing to keep on hand. Then we see some Bauer tools, 50 bucks for some drills here, and then we also see a couple different sets of those. Pittsburgh, 130-piece tool set with case, $29.99. More Bauer tools. I'll show you guys a few more of those kind of throughout the store, and then we also have some different drop cords here for 35 bucks. Another steam cleaner option there, and then a couple of different Bauer shop vacs. And then here are just some Inside a Track Club deals I wanted to show you guys. Just some power strips down to 25 bucks for that one. So again, I think that looks great. And then we got some roofing nailers, and then also the Warrior angle grinder. I mean, 12 bucks. That's hard to beat that. We have the Bauer belt sander. Pretty good deal with that one. A little bit larger shop vac here, the 9-gallon, and then also the jump starter from Viking. Then here back to some more of the Spring Black Friday deals. We've seen this Earthquake XT on sale multiple times. And I want to kind of pepper in a few different clearance items as well, but not a ton of those. More Earthquake options and brands here. And then even the McGraw air wrench. Also have some Cheath angle drills. And then another air hammer. And then also a die grinder as well. So a bunch of different Chief brands and options going on there. Then we even see a couple other deals going on right here with another belt sander. So if you need to grab one of those, you can. And then the hydraulic riveter, 50 bucks. And then also the Avanti airbrush. I'm going to show you a couple more of their deals they have here in just a moment. And then we have some air hoses down to 30 bucks for Merlin. And then another option right there down to $12. Then we have the one that you can actually mount onto your wall in your shop, 80 bucks for that one. Predator is one of the biggest deals going on right now. We have the super quiet inverter here for the 3500. Then $1,800 for the 9500. Again, heavy duty, large option there. And then right at $1,000 here for the 1300 watt option. So again, really good deals on a lot of these. And then we have some of the Pancake McGraw air compressors. Really just depends on which size you need because they have multiple different ones, shapes and sizes. Then the Apex winches right here, $480 for the 12,000 pound option. A lot of these were sold out, you can see right there. You also have the 5,000 pound Badlands X or ZXR, and then a couple other different options as well. So a bunch of different deals on these. So again, whichever one you might need, you can check that out. We saw some of these lights up front, but there's a couple more light sets. So again, you can check these out, see which ones you might be interested in. Here's another McGraw tank, $250. This is a 21 gallon oil-free vertical tank there. Then we have the Bauer sawhorses. Need this for 50 bucks. Great little steel sawhorse. More Avanti. This is the paint and stain sprayer. You see a couple different ones with these, whichever one you might be interested in or might need for your job. And then again, another setup right there for the larger Avanti sprayer. And like I mentioned, here are all those batteries. They're all kinds. Some are on closeout right there, and some are part of the deals. So if you need to grab some batteries just for different things around the house, you definitely can. You can see some of these batteries have actually already been sold out as well at my store. So check those out. See if there's some batteries there that you might need. I also have the full motion TV mount from Armstrong. 30 bucks for that one. Solid deal there. And then we have some of these funnels. They are supposed to have the different sets in there, so it's $1 for these. You get to save, maybe $1.80, but you can see it has a different size funnel. So again, if you're going to be using those for different things, great little thing to pick up. Bauer grease gun right there, and then right next to that one is the Hercules grease gun. So both sets for those. Then we also have the Icon seat, 70 bucks. And we saw these earlier with the vehicle ramp, 45 bucks for those. There were so many deals around everywhere. It was just crazy trying to make sure I got them all. We saw these bottle jacks earlier as well. And I will say it was packed when I was there. A lot of people there, a lot of things going on. So definitely a great thing to go ahead and snag some of these deals because a lot of these are in-store only. And then here's a great one, 35% off these jacks. So if you need one of these, you can go check these out right here for Daytona 3-ton jacks. And then they also have the 6-ton jacks here in just a second. Again, you can see in-store only, 35% off all their jack stands. So kind of depends on which ones you need, what size you need as well. Like I mentioned, they have the 6 tons and the 3 tons here on sale. 35% off, that's a great deal. Great time to go ahead and pick some of these up. They also have the 3-ton floor jack, $180. Good pickup right there for that one. Great thing to go ahead, save you a little bit of money. And they also have the Pittsburgh 3-ton heavy-duty jack, $170. And then also right next to that, they have the other option for $90 for the Pittsburgh floor jack, the low profile. And then we have the Daytona wheel dolly, 90 bucks for that one. They have the ammo can, military style, $9 for that one. I like these service carts, 90 bucks. I probably should have picked me one up for the office, but I'll have to check that one out maybe next time I go. But great deal on that one. Another big deal is the Icon, 35% off all pliers, screwdrivers, and wrenches. So again, you get some deals on these, and hammers, excuse me, not wrenches, but Again, so on all their hand tools, you can definitely save you a little bit of money. So if you want to switch over to Icon, which I've heard a lot of great things about it, I think it's actually getting bigger in the store, and more people are switching to it, saving a little bit of money and getting a good quality tool there. And another solid deal is $100 off this US General cart right here. This is a great option for any shop. Then we have more tools. We have the Pittsburgh Mechanics tool set down to $170. Good deal for that one. And then Quinn also has their tool set at $300. And then we have a couple more deals on some of these paper tower racks. So different colors for $8 there. And then another set here for Pittsburgh for the general purpose tool set, $30. Hard to beat that. One of the best deals you're going to see right now. And then we saw, again, some of these just a second ago. I do like this workbench with a light right here for $100. I think we saw this on Black Friday for around the same price. That's a good solid work area, and again, great thing for a shop if you need one of those. Then we see some Pittsburgh adjustable wrenches here for $9. So you got multiple different sets of those. And then you have some of these other smaller sets as well. Then we have the welding table at $150. You see this setup right there. You get save $40 on that one. Also have the pop-up canopy down to $48. So whether you're going to be using that for work or just at the house or at the beach. Then we have some spray nozzles down to $4. Pretty good deals on those. Again, especially with spring coming up. Then we have the Atlas self-propelled mower, drop down to $234, so you get to save a little bit on that one. And then we also have the all-terrain utility cart for $140. And then another deal, we got the Predator gas-powered earth auger, $170. This was sold out at my store, but they said they were getting some more. Then some more Icon tap and die sets, $119 here. Good deals for those. And then Portland has their trimmer here for $50. And then we also see the ratcheting clamp. Get to save about $1 on that one, so solid deal. And also we have the portable thickness planer for Hercules. So get to save about $50 for that one. Bauer compact router. This one also was sold out of the store I was in. You get to save 50% off that one. And then you have multiple welding helmets. You got different ones. Again, it depends on what you might need. Also, let me know in the comments what you guys plan on grabbing. And feel free to subscribe to my newsletter so that you will never miss another deal. And we also have giveaways going on in the newsletter as well. Another solid deal is this welding cart. It has a bunch of different features. I actually have one of these in one of my shops, and it does a pretty good job just for a bunch of other things. We also have the Chicago Electric Flux 125. See that deal? And also the Flux Core here for $120. Vulcan had a lot of their items on sale. You can see up to 50% off of welding wires, rods, and tips. So if you need any of these, probably a great time to go ahead and stock up on those, especially if you enjoy the Vulcan brand here. Then we have the multi-process titanium for $199. So another deal on that one. And then we also see the Bauer options here. More deals on some of these. Again, pretty solid deals on those. Bauer's a great brand. And then we also have more Predator mowers. So if you need a few of these, you can also check these out and see which one is going to be the best for you. And then here's another shot at some of these generators. I don't think I got all of them up front. The 4375 here. Pretty good deal on that one. And then even the heavy duty here for right at $1,000. And then Hercules also had their rotary hammer on sale for $170. Pretty heavy duty option there. And then we also had the Bauer rotary hammer on sale for $65. So a little bit different price. Kind of depends on what you might need it for. Bauer also had their Sawzall on sale for $35. Great price for that one. And then we see some more Hercules drills here. Again, the 20 volt option, $175. Then Bauer also has theirs down to $139. Then you can even grab the impact wrench here for $50. As you can see, this one was sold out, but it does have the options right here next to it. And then another Bauer deal I think we saw this one earlier at 50 bucks for a Bauer drill. Solid deal on that one. Hard to beat, 15 bucks for a drill right there with Warrior. Then we also have another Bauer deal down to 90 bucks for the bandsaw. Hercules has their random orbital sander down to 40 bucks. And then Warrior also has their polisher sander at $33. Again, Warrior brand there. Bauer has theirs for $35 for the dual action polisher. And then also Bauer has their heat gun, always a great thing to have, for 25 bucks. Then Bauer also had their cleaning drum machine. Get to save 100 bucks off of this, down to $300. Solid deal for that one. And then we also saw this Yukon mobile storage cart here for 300 bucks. Again, get saved 50 bucks off of that. And then another pressure washer here for Bauer, 2300 PSI. And then I also wanted to show you guys this setup right here. You can buy any charger starter kit and you get a free tool. So it's a great thing to jump into Bauer. But overall, I think there's some great deals going on right now at the Black Friday sale at your local Harbor Freight. Let me know in the comments what you plan on grabbing. Also, remember to subscribe to the newsletter. And if this video is helpful, you can let me know that. You can leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.